Hello and welcome to How Should I Know? I am your host, Dustin Diodato, and I've got three amazing guests competing today in trivia and competition and getting points, and I'm so excited about all of it, and I'm bad at hitting buttons. So let me introduce you to our three contestants we've got. First, we've got Justin McElwee. Justin, say hello. How are you doing?
Hello, everybody. I'm good. I came down off the hill for points.
Yep, and you're trying to go with the intimidation right away by having books in the background so people know that you read.
I do. Most of them are comics, but I do read.
Right, but still, yeah, those are words. Words are reading. Yeah. Next up, we have Dominique Salerno. Hello, Dominique.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm here to compete, mostly trying to not lose.
Okay, yeah. And you're trying to intimidate everybody by saying, hey, I've got nothing on the wall behind me. I'm not distracted in any way, shape, or form. I just have these two, little shelves that I don't know what is on them, but you definitely have it.
It's a witch candle that says creation.
All right.
Deal with that.
Yeah, so Dominique has put a spell on everybody. And finally, we have Mike Sause. Mike Sause, how are you?
I'm great, Dustin. I'm here in Harlem, and everyone loves my little office space.
Yes. Yes, you're trying to intimidate everybody by being in your office, which makes you very tough.
And extra pixelated.
So for folks who have not seen this show before, here's how it's going to work. There's 4 rounds of 5 questions each. Contestants will try and guess the right answer. They probably won't, because that's not the type of questions a lot of these are. So whoever gets closest, whoever's funniest, whoever's nicest, whoever wants to cheat, all of these things are options of ways that you can get points. So let's get right into it with our first category. Let me get us all set up. Our first category with a title stolen directly from SNL, but it's a good title. And that title is Get in the Cage. These are questions about Nicolas Cage that I am very excited for you guys to answer. So let's get right into it. Are you guys Nicolas Cage fans to begin with?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm excited about the impression already. All right. What did Nick Cage say he woke up to an intruder doing in 2011? He was in his bed. He was woken up by the intruder. What was said intruder doing when he woke him up? I will come to you first, Justin.
Excellent. 2011. So he awoke to an intruder fitting him with a hairpiece.
Okay. 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 I want to hear the other answers before I assign points.
That's when he started going hairpiece.
2011. Okay.
Yeah, not right after Raising Arizona. 2011 on. Before, beautiful, lush Nick Cage head of hair. After, intruder hairpiece.
Okay. Dominique, do you have thoughts?
I'm going to go with dressing him up like a vampire, because I feel like he would make a really great vampire. He's very pale, and I would be interested to see him in a vampire outfit.
Okay.
And I think that was kind of like a hot thing in 2011, like vampires. Okay. They're what's new.
All right. And Mike will come to you, but first, Joy wants to point out that you had a very good Nicolas Cage impression. So
thank you.
Keep on going.
I will say that the intruder was planting a copy of the Declaration of Independence in his nightstand.
Okay. The actual answer, the right answer, is sitting naked at the foot of his bed with a leather jacket on, eating a fudgesicle. So
he must have brought that fudgesicle. Nick Cage seems like a dietary concerns type of cat.
Look, yeah. I just want to go on the record and say I was not eating a fudgesicle. It was a creamsicle.
All right. So points. I'm going to give points to Dominique because leather jacket and vampire is close, and I'm going to give points to Mike Sause for the National Treasure reference, yes. but points are only assigned once for a National Treasure reference. So Mike has gotten them. Don't think you're going to get points for a National Treasure reference further unless it's very, very earned. It's conceivable if it's super earned, but just be careful. All right, question number 2. Before Nicolas Cage and John Travolta were brought in for Face Off, what 2 actors were originally planned? We'll go to you first, Dominique.
My first instinct was, I can't even say his name, Ewan McGregor and Jude Law, because I get them freaking confused. Like,
Okay.
I don't know why. They have similar energies. If they swap faces, I don't think I'd notice. Can you tell that they're like legit not my type? Like, wouldn't notice them in anywhere. Like,
Okay.
if they were the only people in the room.
All right. Mike, we'll come to you next.
It was actually Sean Connery and Roger Moore. They wanted to have both James Bonds swap faces.
Okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Justin, what do we got?
I think they were going to Parent Trap it. I think we were going to go weird teeth Tom Cruise, not weird teeth Tom Cruise.
These are all very good answers. The actual answer is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, which don't feel like anybody would buy. I don't feel like anyone in the world would buy that as an option. Joy is throwing in the option of Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan, which I would definitely fucking see that movie. I would hate myself for seeing that movie, but I would definitely fucking see that movie.
Yeah.
You'd have to do some forced perspective for that to work.
Yes. A ton. Okay, so I'm gonna go with points for Justin because he's behind, and all of the answers were
W's a W, everybody. W's a W.
This one I'm sticking to though. Nick Cage owns a 9-foot what that he plans to be buried in. We'll start with Mike.
He owns a 9-foot pyramid.
A 9-foot pyramid. Okay, that's your answer.
New Orleans.
All right.
That is my answer.
Okay.
That is my answer.
All right, Dominique.
My instinct was also Egyptian. I'm going to go with sarcophagus because that's creepy and strange and perfect.
All right. And Justin?
Yeah, marlin or sailfish.
He owns a 9-foot marlin. Okay. The truth of the matter is, Mr. Mike Sause got it right. He does own a pyramid.
Give me them points.
Points. All right. So Mike jumped into the lead with the first actual correct answer. How did you know that?
Because I've seen it in person.
You have?
I was in New Orleans the summer of 2019, sweating my ass off. And we went to that, it's like that iconic, above ground cemetery in New Orleans. And he bought 2 plots or something like that and put a giant, it's the only pyramid there. And the tour guide stopped and was like, "This is Nick Cage's place."
All right,
I've got pictures.
It all paid off. All right. Question number 4. Nick Cage's son is named after what superhero's real name? I'm going to Justin first because I feel like he knows the answer to this.
I believe it's Kal, and I think it is Superman. Superman's real name, Kal-El.
Okay. Dominique.
I mean, I thought it was Clark because of Clark Kent Superman, so I think it would sound nice too, Clark Cage.
All right. Mike,
I think I agree with Justin, but just to be fun, that it is Peter Parker.
Peter Parker Cage?
It's Peter Parker Cage. Parker Cage. PPC for short.
All right. Once again, we've got a correct answer. It is Superman. Kal-El. Points going to Justin. But I got to give points. I got to give points to Dominique because she went with Superman, and that's technically it's like halfway there. You know what? I'm gonna give points to Mike Sause too because he knew the answer and he decided that he wasn't gonna give it right. I think I gave you too many points. We'll figure it out. The points button is weird. All right. Moving on. moving on to our last question. Nick Cage says his acting is based on a self-created acting discipline called what? And I'm prepared to give away so many points for this, but if somebody actually gets it right, then other people don't get the free comedy points. Mike, I will go with you first.
He learned this technique straight from Stanislavski. It is called random explosion. Okay. He acts as if there is a explosion happening around him, and if there isn't one, he creates it within himself.
All right. That's an excellent answer. Dominique.
Thank you.
Dominique.
I actually think he might have studied in Poland, where they do a lot of body work, and I think he probably, if I had to name it, it would be something like huffing. Like he has a huffing style of acting, like he's constantly inhaling and not exhaling, and I think it's very intense, and rigorous.
I thought you meant paint. I thought you said
also that
glue.
Yeah. Justin, what do you got? You got fans. First of all, you have John rooting for you. But what is your answer?
Big ups to the family massive, everybody. So, okay, look, none of us know exactly what it is, but I will tell you that whatever it is Zen words. So I'm going to say that whatever it is, it's an umbrella term, basically bullshit with the word Zen tacked in there at some point.
You're
interesting.
I feel like you're close. Like I want to give
it
to
to
you
you
on
Tao? Okay,
No,
is it
no,
Tao?
no.
Is it bullshit Tao? Is that what we're doing?
It is Nouveau Shamaniac. So
Defense rests.
I feel like points are going to go to Justin on that one. He said he likes to act the way shamans would act in the olden times, but crazier. So he went with Nouveau Shamaniac.
So French shamans, presumably.
Yes.
Yeah.
So points. Let's go to Justin on that one. Which means at this point, then let's check our standings. Even though they're right next to your names, Justin is in second. Dominique, unfortunately, is in third place. Mike Sause, because I hit the button too many times, is in first place.
All to play for.
We'll take care of it. Do not worry. Let us get into round two. Round two is called Famous Richards. And in this category, because I didn't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but you know what? Like, who cares? That's what's going to happen. So in this category, it's sort of like word questions. I'll show you the first one, and then you guys will understand how we need to answer these questions. If you had 1 inch for every show that Dick Wolf currently has on air, how many inches would you have? So the answer is I would have X number of inches, or I have X number of inches. So Dominique, I'm going to come to you first. How many inches do you have for the number of shows that Dick Wolf currently has on the air?
I'm going to be generous and say 6 inches.
6 inches?
6 inches.
Okay. Mike Sauce, what do you think?
I have 2 inches.
You have 2 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Justin, how many inches do you have?
I would say a gentleman's 10 inches.
A gentleman's 10 inches.
Ow! It's a rounding up figure.
Yeah, but you know what? Points are going to go to Justin because
9.
he has 9 shows.
I think you'll find that's a gentleman's 10.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
He's got all the Chicagos, he's got all the FBIs, and he's got all the Law and Orders. All 9 of those shows are currently in production as we speak. And Justin's got the fans. So he is not disappointing, folks.
That's
out
my
there.
father-in-law, everybody. Shout out to Barsha.
All right.
I brought the crew.
Question number 2. If you had 2 inches for every time Dick Cheney was considered president of the United States of America, how many inches would you have? And I will go to Justin first.
2 inches for every time Dick Cheney was president.
Yes.
I would have 6 inches.
Okay.
I would have 6 inches.
Okay. Is that a guess or do you know?
And definitively.
Definitively.
That's what I have. That's what I have written down.
Okay.
I'm just holding this. I'm actually using it.
Dominique.
I'm gonna go with I have 8 inches.
Okay. Why and why do you think that?
Because he shot a man in the face once when he was quail hunting, and I just think that's a really high power.
That makes you
energy.
president?
No, that makes me think he had control.
Okay.
And it was a friend. It was a dear friend that he shot in the face.
I think, Dominique, you'll find that he was peppered. He was peppered.
Yeah.
He wasn't shot.
You're right.
He was peppered with buckshot.
Sure. And Mike, what is your answer to this?
I have 18 inches.
18 inches.
Wow.
That is a
My
that is impressive.
Thank you.
That's too many.
My working theory is that he was president 8 times whenever Bush would have his yearly physical, and then on 9/11.
Okay.
When Bush was in the bunker and Cheney was in the bunker. Damn it. Okay.
Oh no, it's 14 inches.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. So the actual answer is you would have 4 inches. He was president twice.
Surgery.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. When Bush had, I think both of them were colonoscopies.
They were
and
both colonoscopies.
Yeah, both of those times. So Justin gets points for being the closest, I think, and Dominique gets points for saying that you become president if you shoot somebody in the face.
If you shoot a man.
That works. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a bold answer, and I like it. So you're getting points for it. All right. If you had 1 inch for every game show that Dick Clark hosted, how many inches would you have? Because we know him for Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve, but he was actually a game show host for a lot of game shows that you've never heard of in your entire life, or maybe you did. Justin, I'm going to go to you first because I feel like you are most likely to know random things like this, and I want to.
Well, 1 inch. Okay, so I have to make sure I get the multiples right. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that this would be a circulatory system straining 20 inches.
20 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would make you pass out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're like out like a light. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm jumping over to you, Mike Sause. What do you think?
I have 13 inches, mostly just because 13 is my favorite number.
Okay. All right. And Dominique?
I'm going to take a super guess here and just say I have 15 inches.
Okay. Okay. The correct answer is in fact 9 inches. Wow. So I'm gonna give points to Mike Sauce because I feel like he was closest. Although I am impressed by the 20 inches that Justin had, but I want to keep it close. So you're not getting points for that.
Well, I'm obviously physically unable of keeping it close.
If you
Can't get close to 20 inches, guys. It's
No,
gonna hurt.
no.
I love that Justin family's here to hear all this. If you had 3 inches for every time Dick Van Dyke won an Emmy, how many would you have? And I'll go to you first, Dominique. How many times did Dick Van Dyke win an Emmy?
Oh my gosh, I have absolutely no idea. We'll go with 33 inches, please.
33 inches, so 11 Emmy
11
wins.
Emmys.
11 Emmys.
11 Emmys.
He was a talent. I don't
Okay.
know. I have no idea.
Okay. Mr. Mike Sauce?
I'm going to go with the old Price is Right guess, which is El Cheapo. So I'm going to say I would have 3 inches. I think he's
Okay.
only got
You think he just won
and
one?
I think it's an honorary one at that.
Ouch.
Ouch. Okay. All right. I mean, you're welcome to think that.
See, now I'm going to go 12 because, so what, 4 times?
Okay.
Because you got Dick Van Dyke Show, the mystery thing that he did later, and the man is still alive, so there might be one knocking around in the attic that we don't know about. There's got to be something in there, like a variety show or something that's in like the 60s, 70s, like the hinterland of broadcast television. So I'm going to go 12 inches, 4-time winner.
Okay. And you hit it.
Damn.
You hit it. Another point to Justin. I came very close to taking out Miami and being like, I'm 3 away, Dick Van Dyke, but I was like, that'd be douchey, but I'm saying it now anyway. So I'm basically like, I'm still being a douche.
You're on the
about it.
hunt. You're
Right.
on the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 3 away from the EGOT. I'm never gonna get there, but I'm 3 away from the EGOT. So it's coming. It's only a matter of time. I'm trying to do it in order, which is why I started with the Emmy. All right. This one is not an inch question. This one is just a question because I like the ridiculousness of the name. What famous dick was the first president of the World Anti-Doping Agency? And I will go to Mike Sause first.
It was.
I'm prepared to give away a lot of points on this one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Famous dick. I'm going to say it was Dick Nixon. I think
Dick Nixon.
after he resigned, he was like, I'm gonna focus on those damn athletes and they're taking other drugs.
All right.
That's my new war on drugs.
Justin, what do you think?
I'm going to lay my money on nominative determinativism and go with Richard Steroid.
Richard Steroid. All right. And Dominique, what do you think?
I'm going to go with an answer that is deeply researched and definitely shows you that I have an awareness of what anti-doping agencies are and people named Dick. I think, of course, it's Dick Haberdashery.
Dick
because
Haberdashery.
I do love that word.
Okay. The real answer is, in fact, Dick Pound. As the person.
DP!
Another person I know.
Yeah. So I'm going to give points to Dominique for that one, for the use of haberdashery. And I got to give points to Mike Sause for the Nixon impression. So
That was good.
yeah, and Justin, sorry, you got points coming up in the future. It's fine.
I got it.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Hey, man.
If we look at our standings, Dominique is still trailing, but it's close. It's close. Anything could happen. We still have half the show to go. So, and we're coming up with it. Like, I don't know if you like tweets, but we got tweets coming up. So, like, hopefully, hopefully you know.
I did mention I don't have Twitter, so there's
You
that.
did. You did. So that's not going to help.
Setting myself up for success.
That's not going to help, I admit. But here we go. So in this category, I will present the first tweet from a famous person, and you will tell me who that first tweet came from, and I will give points accordingly. So our first tweet is, a well-made suit gives the illusion of a physique. I'm going to go to Justin last on this one because he's the one most likely to wear a well-made suit. So I will go to Mike Sause first.
I'm going to go with, it was Neil Patrick Harris, and he was tweeting as if he was Barney Stinson.
Okay. It's a good answer. That is a very solid answer. Dominique.
First thing that popped in my head was like Tim Gunn from Project Runway, and I'm gonna go with that. I don't even know if he has Twitter, but
Okay. All right. And Justin?
Yeah, gosh. Okay. So it's okay. Tim Gunn's out.
I mean, you can answer the same thing. It's just
no. Where's the fun in that? I'm gonna say, gosh, I'm just gonna say a Twitter handle that I know exists, and I know I've never seen it before, and I know it's gonna be at Armani Exchange 420. At Armani Exchange 420. You know it's there. Somebody's got it.
if not, very soon they will. The actual answer is Mr. Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
interesting.
Yes.
All Brooks Brothers.
Is he using it as a burn against someone else? He's like, yeah, it looks like you have a body because you're in a suit.
I think he's using it as a burn against himself.
Yeah.
That makes
is
more
my
sense.
impression.
But
So,
Yeah. All Brooks Brothers suits, Mr. Colbert.
all right. The second one. This is my first Twitter or tweet, Twitter tweet, everybody, is this anything? So by reading it, it feels like a very, very annoying tweet, but it could be anybody. So a lot of these tweets are not something that like makes me not want to punch the person, but go for it. Justin, I'm going to go to you first.
Excellent. Well, I think it's fairly obvious given tis, so I'm going to go with the Bard of Avon, Mr. William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like you're taking yourself out of the running very early, but maybe.
Tis.
Who knows? Who knows? Dominique?
This could have come straight from my mind. This, if I were to tweet, would probably be something that I would tweet. But I'm going to guess Larry David.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I could see him doing it.
All right. Mr. Mike Sause.
This is from everyone's favorite boss, employer of the year, many times over, Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay. And we have an answer from the chat, too. We have Conan. Unfortunately, chat, you are wrong. And Mr. Mike Sauce is correct. It is, in fact, Ellen DeGeneres.
My God, really?
Yes. Yes. Points for Mike Sauce.
It felt like her humor, and wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So far, I mean, you're definitely winning in the like I actually know the answer category, but you're also winning in the points category. Let's move on to number 3. Dropping my first tweet. I'm sure this is a lot of people have done this as their first tweet, but this is a very specific tweet from a celebrity. Capitalization matches the way it was done. Dominique, I'm coming to you first.
Okay, knee-jerk reaction, Drake. I feel like it has the same pull that Drake has, which is like, for me, like not that much.
Okay.
Sorry, Drake.
All right, Justin, coming to you next.
You got to play the hand you're dealt. I'm sticking with my game. That would be E.E. Cummings, renowned poet.
Fair.
Okay. We're moving over to Mike Sauce.
I see. Reading this, I can hear the laugh that comes along right after he typed it. So this was dropping my first tweet. It was Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Okay. I'm jumping over to chat for a minute. We got a couple of answers in chat. We got Joy saying Kanye.
Oh,
that could be
which is a good one. And Anush coming in with Cher. Also another good possibility. Unfortunately for you guys, both of those things are wrong. The correct answer is Ashton Kutcher.
Oh,
Ashton.
that feels right.
I mean, it fits.
Right.
That card.
Yeah.
Vacuous. Empty.
Before we continue, more from the chat. There's still more people just rooting Justin on.
I'm related to all these people. You guys, listen. There's a crowd favorite here, and I will have a lot to explain to them after this.
Moving on to question number 4. Please ignore prior tweets as those were someone else pretending to be me. This is actually me. We'll go to Mike Sauce because he's voted most likely to just randomly get it somehow.
I'm going to use my context clues in this one. That this is Tig Notaro because she consistently gives her Twitter away to other people, and I think it's Tig. I think it's Tig.
Okay. Good guess. Dominique.
I really am drawn to the smiley face. So I think it's someone with a positive energy. So I think it's the Dalai Lama.
All right.
And just maybe.
All right. And Mr. Justin.
Yeah. Just rounding out a renowned screenwriter, Patty Chayefsky.
All right. And bizarrely, Justin is right. No. The actual answer is Elon Musk.
So close with the Dalai Lama.
I didn't want to break the thing.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to give points to Dominique because Dalai Lama and Elon Musk feel so similar. And I'm going to give points to Justin for sticking with the bit. So, and our last one. This one is actually the person's second tweet, which is where I wrote second tweet on there. The word second tweet is not part of his actual tweet. Thanks for the warm welcome. I promise to only use this app in a sporadic and ineffective manner. This was the person's second tweet. And Dominique, I will go to you first.
I'm reading into this. I'm thinking maybe he had a cold welcome and is salty about it.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Trump because he definitely used it in an ineffective, crazy, horrible manner.
Fair enough. And they got kicked off. Mike Sause.
I'm going to say it was Jon Stewart. Because I feel like people were clamoring for him to be on social media and he wasn't, and then he was. So I think it's John.
Justin?
Yeah, and sporadic and ineffective is better writing than Trump would manage.
True.
Yeah. Gosh, I got to go Rothko, right?
Okay.
Right?
I know that this answer was from the previous question, but I'm going to put up Putin from the chat. I know you didn't mean it for this one, but I'm using it against you anyway. The correct answer, he's done it again. Jon Stewart.
I knew it. I knew you had it, Sauce. You totally had it.
Yeah.
Mike Sauce coming up with all the actual answers. Very impressed.
Loving it.
Which means going into our final round. Dominique is still trailing. Mike Sauce has opened up a bit of a lead. But, Justin is within striking distance, Dominique. You can do this. And also...
Can I?
Yeah. And also, we can send everybody to the third round anyway. It doesn't matter. Because who cares? There's no prize money involved. So, let us get into our final round, which is desperate for a date, something that none of you are, I am sure. But if the world were a different place and you guys needed a date and you were to go on a dating show, that's what this category is about. I'm going to give you two different options for what is a real dating show. You guys tell me which one is the real show and why you would be a good contestant on that show, and you will get points accordingly. So let's get into number one. Conveyor Belt of Love or People Mover of Passion. One of these is a legitimate dating show. Dominique, I'm going to go with you. I want to know why. I don't know which is real and why you would be great for this show.
I think Conveyor Belt of Love is real.
Okay.
And I think I'd be great on the show because I've been meaning to get into shape for a while. And I think how it works is you've got to stay on the conveyor belt with the person you're talking to. And so I think it would be useful for me, even if I didn't find love, I could improve my vascular health and really be in it. I'd be doubly motivated to stay on the show. So I think I'd make it to the end.
All right. I think you would too. Justin, we're coming to you next.
I'm also going to say Conveyor Belt of Love is the real show.
Mm-hmm.
Why I should be on the show. You all know me. I am cranky, introverted. You have a chip on my shoulder that far outweighs any of my actual ability or talents. But I think that we can all agree I don't like to run.
Mm-hmm.
And I am visually striking. Listen, they open up the curtain.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to say, what's that dude in the top hat up to?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where's his head at?
All right. Mr. Mike Sauce, what is your
So I've actually seen this show. And it is Conveyor Belt of Love. But the previous descriptions are a little bit poor understandings of the show. It's actually one of those conveyor belts that you see in a fancy sushi place where the conveyor belt goes around, except it's naked sushi, and so everyone's laying down and you have to pick which person your date's going to be. And I think I would do best on that show because it takes a lot of confidence and a lot of balls for a big guy to be part of a naked sushi thing. And that's me, baby. So I would be great on Conveyor Belt of Love.
Okay. Okay. The actual correct answer is you all got it right. It is Conveyor Belt of Love. So points all around, which really means points for nobody, but still points all around.
They're going up.
Right.
Mike gets extra points.
Yeah. Did he? Did he
Yeah.
again?
No.
No,
I did.
This
No,
whole
I
thing is a
think it was Nolan.
sham.
Right. I'll give points to Dominique for trying to call him out, even though it wasn't really a thing.
Little gamesmanship.
Is the real show Whip My Heart or Chains of Love? Going to Justin first.
Excellent. So the real show is Chains of Love.
Okay.
I have spent, for those of you out there on the internet, I now live in rural Connecticut. I can change a tire. I can defrost a thing that is frosted. I can even put on snow chains. So at this point, it really comes at the end of the day, if you look at your life, love is love and companionship is companionship, but survival, that's what you want.
Okay. I don't know that was an answer, but I'm going to move on, even though I don't know what you meant by any of that. To Dominique. Which do you think is real, and why would you be good on that show?
Definitely 100% Chains of Love is real, for sure.
Okay.
And I think that I'd be really good at that show because how the show works is, if you think about like Marley from Christmas Carol, he comes back, he's a ghost, he's got a bunch of chains. And so on the show, everybody has to come back with the chains of their exes, of their past relationships. And I think that the weight of the chain and how it wraps around you has to do with how the relationship went. And like, I do have a lot of exes, but I'm on good terms with most of those exes. So my chains will be light and I'd be able to get through living in the house with the other chained up people and probably make it to the end and vote everybody else off.
Okay. In a different scenario, I would ask you how many exes, because when you say a lot, I'm curious as to what that number is, but I'm not going to force you.
I'm a married woman now.
But points if you give me the number. Mike Sause, we'll move on. To you.
Once again, this is a show that I've watched and loved for many seasons. This actually is Whip My Heart is the real show.
Okay.
And Whip My Heart, of course, the conceit of which is that the only people allowed to participate in this love show are Indiana Jones cosplayers, and they battle each other with whips for their love, and that's, I would do great on that because I would show up and do my Dr. Jones impression.
Come again?
And Dr. Jones.
I'll be honest, I am a sucker because every time somebody says that they've seen that show, I believe them, even though none of you have seen any of these shows. But I genuinely believe, like, the thing that you're about to say is gonna be true. But the actual answer is Chains of Love. In the show, people are actually, like, chained with the person and their family, I think, for, like, a couple of days. Wow. And they're just, like, required to be together, like, all of the time. So, points have to go to Justin and Dominique for getting the answer right. But admittedly, points have to go to Mike Sause because I want to see the show that you pitched.
Yeah,
so watched the heck out of that.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the Indiana Jones cosplay. All right. Is it Farmer Wants a Wife or Truck Stop My Heart? And I'm going to go to you first, Mike Sause. Which one of these is a real, genuine show that is on the air? And I will tell you that we're in I believe it's season 6 or 7 of the show that is real.
Look, my inclination is that Farmer Wants a Wife is real, but I like Truck Stop My Heart's title better. So it's Truck Stop My Heart. And once again, I have seen this show. Even though it made it sound like I haven't seen this show. And I know, of course, that the premise of Truck Stop My Heart is that whoever wins the date has to eat a 38-ounce T-bone steak that was made at the truck stop. And then they take a shower at the truck stop together if, like, it really works out. Because truck stops have showers.
I want to watch all of these shows. Dominique, we're coming to you next.
You know, as much as I want Truck Stop My Heart to be a show, we all know that like at a truck stop you find lust, you don't find love. So it's very clear that it's Farmer Wants a Wife. And how it works is the farmer wants a wife. There's a group of farmers and they're all single. They all want wives. And there are all these women that are being protected by cowboys. And remember that old saying, the farmer and the cowboy can be friends? That's what this is about. It's about the farmer trying to find a friend in a cowboy in order to meet the woman he is protecting, aka the farmer's future wife.
All right, you already get points for the backstory, regardless of whether or not you're right. You're already get points for the backstory. Justin, coming to you next. Coming to you next.
The show is Farmer Wants a Wife, and it is it's a variation on the 90 Day Fiance, where you put two people who are, for whatever reasons, diametrically or opposed together to see if they hit it off. So you do kind of that part of it. That's the first part of the season. It's always like a two-parter, because eventually, Farmer wants a wife, and in this case, Farmer is a surname. To a gentleman named it's Peter, but he goes by Pete, but he really goes by Farmer. And so he comes to visit you as you're making your new life with your new partner, and knocks on the door, and you know why he's there, and he knows why he's there. Farmer wants a wife. So you have to take stock and gauge where you are in that new foundling fledgling relationship, because as we all know, Farmer wants a wife.
Points for that backstory as well. And the Farmer Wants a Wife people are correct. It is Farmer Wants a Wife. So additional points for those. It is anybody's game at this point. It is crazy. 2 more questions to go. Sexy beasts, or pretty puppies? I'm gonna go to Dominique first because her reaction is intense right now.
Sexy beasts is definitely a show. It's a real show.
Okay.
And it's where people dress up like beasts, like they put on prosthetic makeup and dress up like beasts. But I'm getting it confused because you know why, Dustin? There are 2 shows like this. One of them is where they dress up crazy and they have crazy prosthetic makeup like a mask and they can't see each other's faces. And the second show is set in South America, and it's where they act like animals and they have to mate with each other without using words. So they have to seduce each other using the mating ritual of animals. 100% true. And I actually know that that's a real show.
Wow. Well, points for you for giving us all that information, because I'm excited about all that. But I won't tell anybody if that's the right answer, even though whatever. Mike Sause, we're coming to you.
I concur with Dominique. It is Sexy Beast. It is on Netflix. I actually have seen it. The pilot episode and like the next episode, and then I gave up because it was so stupid. But getting back to the original point of this whole game that we got away from, I would do great on Sexy Beasts because I can do a pretty good British accent, and I feel like half of the people on that show were British, and a lot of them, fun fact, that wasn't prosthetic. They are literally beasts.
Okay.
Because they're British.
Justin, I'm assuming you're going to go Sexy Beast as well, but you can go whatever way you want.
Oh, I'm playing the percentages. No, I'm definitely going Sexy Beast. Sexy Beast is the show. And to Dominique's point, there are many variations on the show. There's one in particular. There's another one that was done. I don't remember quite where it was. It was a short flight. I think it was I think they only did like 6 episodes. But it was at an isolated island, tropical island, 4 pairs of couples, guys and girls, each of whom had their bodies blended with a particular DNA of a predator. So it was half predator, half prey. So you had one on one side and you had one on the other. And so you still had your human intellect and human instincts and your ability to like to converse and to cavort and flirt and prince. But at the same time, you had an urge in the back of your head, which was like, oh, wow, this, I mean, as wildebeest go, I think I see a future together. But at the same time, I'm salivating and my fangs are growing. And they only did a couple of, they only managed to ever do one season. But really what broke them down wasn't human rights issues, but really it was more production value. But the reason why that I would be such an asset to that show is, one, I'm allergic to anything with fur. So that already puts me over on the side of like, okay, bird people, where are you at? What's going on with there? And as we all know, in the love life, in the magic, in the animal kingdom, ours and theirs, birds are the most neglected. So I mean, it's someone for the bird people out there.
All right. I'm going to give Justin points for the filibuster of an answer that he just gave us. And you guys are all right. So points for everybody for the fact that you guys all got it right. So with one question left, Mike Sause, who is in the lead for most of the game, has dropped into third place, despite ultimately having the most correct number of answers. Yes, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Remembering, I can easily manipulate the result. Our final one is bromance a show or dude a show? Justin, we'll come to you first.
Sure. I think it is bromance.
Okay.
Bromance is the show, and it's friends. It's friends.
It's just friends.
Just friending it.
Okay.
Until you get, until one of you pulls a hamstring playing frisbee golf, and then the other guy's just gotta, work your Achilles, and then your eyes meet, and then, then you get eliminated. I don't know. That has to be a part of it, right? Yep. I think I would be good on that show because I have a lot of, a lot of love to give.
All right. Dominique, we'll come to you. We'll come to you next.
I think that the show is bromance, and I think I've seen it actually on like TLC or something like that. But it's called Bromance, and actually it's a show that I think I would be great on because how it works is like there's one cisgendered woman who has to go undercover as a bro. And it's like a kind of Joe Millionaire kind of situation where you've got to find the one that's not like the true bro or whatever. And I think I do really well on the show because I have masculine features. I'm willing to shave my head, and I have a lot of guy friends. I think some of my weaknesses on the show is I don't know that much about football specifically, but I think that I can just I can play the beta male really well and just agree with whatever the other person is saying when they want to bond over football.
Okay. I would watch you on that show for sure. Mike Sause.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Speaking of agreeing with everyone and being a beta male, I'm also going to go bromance. And the bromance that I saw, I don't know what bromances you guys saw, but mine was it was 12 strangers had to come together and they had to pick on one of the strangers who was given like way more benefits than the rest of the strangers. He gets everything. He gets nice shoes. He gets great stuff. He gets this coat that has so many colors on it. Like and the brothers who are they're brothers now because they've hung out so much, they have to bind together and sell the guy with the fancy coat into slavery. Then he becomes like a prefecture of a country around the Mediterranean, maybe like near the Nile, and then he interprets some dreams, and then they all come together at the end because they're all starving. And the original show title was actually Bros Before Joes. But yeah,
this is a very odd dating show. But
yeah, very weird.
I'm going to give you points for that answer anyway, because you were all right, but I'm giving you the extra points, and I'm not going to give you guys the remaining 100. You know what? I will, because 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 if it goes on the official record, I don't want somebody to say that you guys didn't get points for this.
Sure, fair.
Sure.
So that means that going into after our fourth round, it is tied for second place, which means that everybody's moving on to the final round. Because we couldn't have the guy who got that many answers not make it to the final. That would be ridiculous. I would get
call the
called
whole
out.
thing into question.
Right. Yeah, that's not a thing that we're gonna do. Which brings us to our final question. Which is the how should I know? With a question that there's much like the other questions, there's no way anybody would realistically know, but maybe you do. Maybe somebody studied these things. So
Probably not.
Donald Gorske has the record for the most Big Macs consumed in a person's lifetime. How many Big Macs did he eat? Mike, since you are behind, or you are tied for behind, I'm going to have you go first. How many Big Macs did Donald Gorske eat in his entire lifetime to set the Guinness World Record for most Big Macs eaten?
He ate, give me 1 second. I have to do the math. It's very important. So that's 6, carry the 3, carry the... Okay.
You want to stick him back?
No, I got you. He
Okay.
he ate 9,125. That is
All right.
a Big Mac every day for 25 years.
Okay. 9,000 something. You'll remember that number. Dominic?
9,120. Yeah.
I estimated that he would live a little bit longer than 25, let's say he started eating solid foods, a couple years into his life. I estimate he's going to live past like 40. So I estimate he was going to make it to 70. So I said 25,550.
Okay. 25,550. Okay.
I don't
Justin?
think he's going to die that soon.
So I was trying to remember when the Big Mac was introduced, because presumably it was not available once McDonald's was or when McDonald's started in like 52, 53. So I'm going to peg the middle. I'm going to say 15,500 because that kind of broaches both. So 15,500 Big Macs. So one a day over a set period of time, but I think it was with the introduction of the Big Mac that happened after.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. So just one more time. Everybody could just give me their answers one more time, just so I have them before I reveal the final thing. Mike, your answer was 9,000 and change?
125.
Okay. Dominique?
25,550.
And Justin?
15,500.
Okay. Well, the folks at home in the Justin rooting group are going to be disappointed.
Oh, I thought you were going to say excited. I was rooting for him too.
Because the answer is 26,000.
26!
Which means our winner is Dominique Salerno.
I can't be mad at
Wow.
that. Come on, that was a crackerjack of a guess.
Yeah. You did it. You won.
Nah.
You are the smartest person on the internet for the next 2 weeks because you got that answer right. And a certain amount of the questions were manipulated. So you are our winner. I am sorry to Justin's clan of folks. It didn't happen. I tried. It didn't happen. Dominique pulled it off. What do you have to say?
I have achieved my goal of not coming last,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say that
Man,
I
wow.
was rooting for Justin. I got swept up with the peer pressure and was secretly rooting for him the whole time. So the victory is bittersweet.
Okay. Well, while we've got you, I just want to make sure people know where they can see more of you. If they want to see you on social,
Yes.
they can see you at the Dominique Salerno on Instagram. Any other places, or that's the only one that I could find? So that's the one I went with.
Yes, and also my solo show is coming back, so that's at the Box Show, I think.
Awesome.
At the Box Show.
At the Box Show, and also you can see her at Armory Improv weekly at the Tank. Mike Sause, what about you?
You can find me at the Mike Sauce. I stole the idea from Dominique to put the at the beginning. Mostly follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm trying to do more stuff. So
Cool.
follow me on the TikToks.
And also, similar to Dominique, you can find,
Oh, yeah.
you can catch him at Varsity Bowling at Armory Improv.
Yes.
Friday nights.
Named after my hobby in high school.
And Justin, you're McBoring on the Instagram.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. McBoring by name, McBoring by nature.
And if you want to find him on a show, then put him on a show because he's looking to get booked, especially in Connecticut. If you're in Connecticut, do it.
I'm doing booger all, so just let me know.
Please go check those things out. I think that's about it. If you are watching, take a moment to, if you're watching, that's the only way you can hear me. If you're watching, take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton, and you'll be able to find out about future shows and all that. You can also catch me every Monday doing the Super Important Show, as well as this show every other week. And congratulations to Dominique for the big win. You are our third winner ever of this show. You will go down in history forever as the winner. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all again next week, or in 2 weeks.